solemnly swear or affirm a testimony you give to the court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
State and spell your name for the record.
Christine, Christine, Olivera, Olivera.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, in October of 2010, how were you employed?
I was working at Pulse, was the name of the lounge that I was working at.
Okay, and where was that located at?
Downtown Greenville?
South Carolina?
Yes.
And what was describe the club or the establishment for me, please.
It was a lounge. We were open from Tuesday to Saturday, and we had live music. It was a lounge environment. We served sometimes dinner, depending.
Okay, was it for primarily dancing, primarily for drinking, combination? What was
It was a combination of drinking, dancing, like a lounge. Served small foods and alcoholic beverages, so a lounge.
And what was the nature of your duties there at that time, ma'am?
I was a bartender.
And do you remember anything unusual about the night of October 21st, 2010?
Unusual? No.
Did you notice any individuals that were in the lounge at the time?
Well, I do recall Mr. Newman and his guest, or Andrea. I was alone in the bar. We really weren't in a heavy season, so I had the DJ playing, and they were really much the only ones there.
Okay. May I approach, Judge?
You may.
I'm handing them what's been marked, or the witness what's been marked exhibit number 40. Can you identify that item for me, please?
That's the receipt.
And is that from the lounge Pulse?
Pulse, yes.
And is that dated October 21st?
October 21st, 2010.
And
Yes.
is that your name on the
Yes, it is.
receipt as the server?
Yes, it is.
So you actually served this couple?
I did.
Okay. And do you have any memory of what they were doing at the time they were at your
I
lounge?
actually do remember, because they were my only clients that night, or my only people that I was serving, so they had my undivided attention. I recall that the music was playing. Mr. Newman seemed very happy to be there. They ordered their drinks. He had a discussion with me about how happy and how nice the bar was. Andrea seemed a little bit upset, went to the bathroom a couple of times, and that's when Mr. Newman had approached me at the bar and saying she was dealing with a real jerk at home.
No, sorry, slow down. Say that again. He said what to you at the bar?
He opened conversation with me, and apparently she had seemed upset and was going back and forth to the restroom. And I asked if everything was okay, if they needed anything. And Mr. Newman took the liberty to tell me that she was dealing with a real jerk, were his words.
Did he explain what that meant, or he just said that?
Just dealing with a real jerk, that that this environment was something that they needed, that she needed to feel better. So
Okay.
she was apparently upset about something.
Okay. About what time of the day was this that they were in the lounge?
I want to say anywhere between 8:30ish to maybe 9ish, 10,
Okay.
around
And
there. They were about there for an hour or so.
Is the time printed on the receipt?
It
And
is.
does your memory correspond?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And do you remember what they did while they were at the restaurant or at the lounge?
They drank, they danced.
Okay, they danced.
Yes,
Did they dance separately, or did they dance together?
they danced together.
Did they have physical contact when
Yes, they did.
Describe what you saw.
Well, imagine a dance floor, and they had the entire place to themselves. What stood out most was that he kept spinning her around to the salsa music. I know at one point she kind of was dancing for him. He pulled her back, groped her. They were groping each other, I know, because I kind of turned away.
Now, let me say, you said each other. Was each party
Yes,
doing the groping? That's what you
Yes.
described.
yes.
Okay, please continue.
Excuse me, when you say groping, what are you talking about?
Groping, like handling each other, like,
No, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
let's say he had his hands on her rear end, and she was hugging him, and they looked like a couple. I mean, groping, like touching each other.
All right, go ahead.
Okay? At any time did you see the parties kiss?
Yes, I did.
How many times did they kiss?
I would say about 3 times.
Okay.
When you use the term kiss, what is that?
Kissing like a pop kiss, like kissing like they were kissing.
Okay. Lips to
Not like
lips,
making
cheek.
out, like, I mean,
Was it lip-to-lip contact?
yes, it was.
Okay, not on the cheek or not
No.
as a, okay. How long did the kisses last?
While they were dancing, I mean, I don't know, seconds. It could have. They were having their own moment. I didn't want to interrupt them, but they were kissing and they were being affectionate towards one another.
Next question.
Do you know where they went when they left?
No, I had told them about a Halloween party that the club was going to be having. He said that he would definitely be checking it out, and they left very happy. They left with their arms around each other. He kissed her on the way out, and that was the last I saw of them.
Were they drinking while they were there?
They were.
Would you call them drunk in any fashion?
No.
Okay, so how many drinks did they have that you were aware of?
I can't recall how many drinks. Not many. I mean, they were fine. They left the bar fine. Responsibly, I could not let them leave. And they were walking to the hotel, is what they had mentioned. They were walking back.
You said responsibly you couldn't let them leave.
Like if they were impaired or if they were driving, obviously, but they were fine too. They just had like maybe 1 or 2 drinks. Nothing.
At any time, did you see the female push the male away?
No.
Did you see the female?
In fact, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
In one occasion, she actually kissed him and like kind of brushed it off. In the beginning, when she came to the restaurant, she did seem upset. And then, came back and kind of brushed herself off and kept going. Like whatever was bothering her wasn't going to bother her. And at that point, they were dancing on the floor, and she did kiss him. She approached him.
In your mind, did you believe you were seeing a
Couple?
couple?
Yes, I did.
And is 40 in, sir?
Yes. Well, no. Any objection for it?
No, sir.
All right, yes then, at this point, without objection, you may publish it to the jury if you wish.
Thank you, Judge.
Any more questions?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Peters, you may cross-examine if you wish.
Just very briefly.
Ask as many as you wish, sir.
Ms. Oliveira, you've described to us about the twirling and the dancing and the handling of one another. And I believe you've indicated that during that dancing, it wasn't just their hands making contact with each other's bodies, but there were times when they actually,
Embraced.
the bodies rubbed
Ex-
together. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
And I think you've explained to me that they were, sort of, in this
They
motion,
were
sort of grinding their hips together.
Grinding and his hands on her rear end, and she was embracing him as well. I mean, it's kind of hard to describe, but they were very affectionate towards each other.
And at the point in time
Mhm.
that you described when she went to the restroom,
Mhm.
I think
Excuse
you
me, you
had,
have to say yes or no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah,
Just say, because see, the court reported that, no, I understand.
No, no, okay.
So
I'm sorry,
you say
Judge.
yes or no.
Yes, sir.
You may continue, Ms. Peters.
and at that point in time when she had gone to the restroom, I think you indicated that Hemy actually came over to you and the two of y'all had a conversation.
We had a brief conversation. He asked if the band or the DJ played every night, that the ambiance was very nice. He kept thanking me for the service and that she really needed this. Again, repeated that, she was dealing with a jerk and going through some personal stuff, but that she wanted to go out and, take her mind off things.
And I think you described how he was as very happy.
He was very happy.
And I think you described him as he just really seemed to have like a personality.
He was very giddy, like hyper and like, not hyper, happy. He was like, it was a first date, like, you're on your first date and oh, wow, I got her. And he was very excited to be with her.
And I think you indicated that at one point while she was in the bathroom, as you were observing him, he looked at you and he just said, "This is great."
Yes.
This is great. Is that
Yes, sir.
correct?
Yes, he did. I mean, the bar, it was really to themselves, so they had my undivided attention. It was kind of like I didn't want to interrupt them, but he was interacting with me, and he thank you repeatedly. This was wonderful. This is so great. The music is really great. I think he mentioned something about her knowing how to dance, and at that point, they were dancing on the floor. She was dancing kind of for him, I
What
would
does that mean
say.
when you say dancing for him? What does that mean?
Well, I mean, he's standing here, and she was like kind of dancing towards him. They were like flirting with each other, I guess you can say, in a danceful way. But they did kiss. I did see him with her hands on her rear. She kissing him is what I observed. And them leaving, they left arm in arm. And the window that's by the bar, it had, if this is the bar, there was a window to my left, which I can see. I saw them leaving, and they were kissing on the outside, and they continued to walk.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any redirect?
No, sir.
Lawyers, may Ms. Oliveira
Yes.
be released and excused from rest of the
No objections, sir.